Welcome back to episode 5 of Lil Life Chats. This week's guest, God, she's done it all similar to our last guest. There's been some different sort of sporting interests for her. There's gymnastics, Irish dancing, there's been athletics, there's been basketball, and by that cackle you may have picked up that this is Sinéad Goldrick. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you, Lily.
Last week I had Sinéad Taylor, and her sort of list of things were very much like writing, screenplay, acting, modelling, but yours quite obscure. Gymnastics, Irish dancing, are they some of your favourite things to do?
Yeah, and basketball.
You're terrible at basketball.
Yeah, and I lost that. I used to be good at it.
Did you? When?
When I was younger.
How young?
Like 8 to 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was 16.
Yeah.
You should have been okay. Yeah, by 16.
Won a few All-Irelands.
Did you?
Yeah.
In basketball?
Yeah.
Wow.
In school and, represented Leinster.
That's very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I didn't know this.
Yeah. Our school, I think from 1st to 6th year, we won the All-Ireland every year in junior and senior cadet. Yeah.
Wow. I'll have to pay more attention.
Thank you.
And then athletics, I'm assuming running?
Yeah, and hurdles, actually.
Hurdles?
Yes. Yeah, was my jam.
That's nice. I feel like I'm not tall enough to get over the hurdles.
Yeah, you'd be better under, I think.
Yeah, I'd be better under. I'd be better crawling. But also I didn't list off the most important, which is Gaelic.
Yes, yeah.
That was your first love, I assume.
I think like basketball and like athletics and stuff, and then it was just the team sport that I loved the most. So kind of stopped them after secondary school, and then played Gaelic and now AFL.
So with Gaelic, that's, I guess for me, like all I wanted to do was just grow up playing AFL. Like for you, Gaelic and playing in All Irelands and playing for Dublin, like that was your childhood dream?
100%. And like I used to write down in my journal, like I want to win the All Ireland like every year.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I look back at it.
From what age?
I think I like under 12 is kind of when it started, and then you go under 14, under 16, minor, and then senior level. And each year it was like, I really want to win the All Ireland. I remember talking to Daisy about it, and I'm like, it's strange because now it's like I want to win the Premiership. You know, the way how everything changes, and obviously still in All Ireland, but it's just something that I hold dearly. I know you guys have probably been dreaming of winning Premiership since you were 4, and I've only been in All Ireland, and now it's both, so it's nice. Yeah,
that would be really interesting to have one dream and then achieve that dream and then come over and then realise there's this whole other dream, which is winning AFLW Premierships, which we'll touch on later, but being good enough to do it both. Maybe you're the difference. Just of life, just like winning stuff. God, it must be so good. But take us back, I guess, early days, like growing up in Ireland, growing up in Dublin.
Yes.
What was life like? And when you do go home, like what's life like for you back home?
Yeah, it's funny because like I have a whole world out here, and then I go back and it's like I have my whole club team that is similar to a team here in Dublin, and then obviously my family. But it's the same old thing. You're just training or working and, seeing your friends. But when I was younger, I kind of played every sport. Mum and Dad would bring me everywhere, all over, typical, young child. I tries to.
Hi, mate.
Yeah. Had no weekends, so thank you, Mum and Dad. But that was kind of my childhood, just playing sport with my family. I have a big, huge family, 2 older sisters, an older brother, and we're all kind of really close and everything like that. So I miss them.
Yeah, how do you go being away from them?
No, it's good like with WhatsApp, but I suppose my sisters are like my best friends. So I'd ring them all the time, and they've got like loads of kids now and everything like that. So the Goldrick is probably like, I'd love them to come to all of our games because they come to all the Dublin and club games and are a huge part of the group. So obviously they know all of you guys, but you guys haven't really met them fully yet. But they're a fun bunch. As you can
if
imagine.
They're anything like you, I'm not surprised. But that would be interesting, I guess, for you this year, moving out to Australia more permanently and living here with your partner Tracy. But I guess like in previous years, you were living like complete double life. Like you'd be at home in Ireland and then you'd be here for 6 months and then you'd sort of be doing back and forth. Largely without Tracy in the early years too. Like he would stay at home, right?
Yeah, I think for the first 2 years I was coming over here, and then seeing how, you know, it would be dependent on how Dublin do. And then it would be like a week later, it's like, you have to come over now. And Tracy would always be like, oh, like, when is she going to leave?
Yeah.
So yeah, this year it's just really nice. He's moved over, he has a job, and yeah, we're kind of really settled. So it's just really nice to make a difference when you have your kind of special person, you know, you can talk about when people are annoying you. Like,
do I know you?
No, you don't. I'm joking. Never.
That would but that like double life, and you were saying it just to me on the weekend about how like your Dublin friends and like your friends back home are like, who is this Shelley Heath that you're posting about on Instagram? Like, is she really your friend? Like,
yeah. And
who's a better teammate, her or me?
Yeah. Yeah, like you remind me of Ciara Reardon. So she'll be listening to this. And yeah, obviously Ciara's one of my best friends, but she's similar to you, and just a bunch of laughs and a really good teammate and friend. So yeah.
Do you miss playing Gaelic?
Yes, I do. I really miss it.
Yeah.
I went home like in the summer there and played with my club team, and like the second away I was like, oh, the ball bounces back to me.
Yeah.
It's nice. But yeah, like obviously loving this year here and everything like that. But yeah, I do miss Gaelic a bit.
What's your favourite aspect of like, I guess, Gaelic, and then compared to footy? Like, how do the sports differ in your eyes?
Yeah, I think obviously there's full contact in AFLW, and there's not,
which you'd hate because you know you're very timid and shy and hate the contest.
And yeah, like the ball's around, and it's a lot of kind of give and go, if you know what I mean. And where in AFLW there's marks, it's stop and start. But obviously over the past, like I've been playing AFLW, I love the game and I love what we're trying to achieve in this group, and same with Dublin. I try not to compare it, because like I think when you're in something, just focus on what you're in at the moment. But yeah, obviously Gaelic is what I've been playing since I've been 4, and I miss the sport and love it a lot.
I'm dying to. I need to come over and watch you play.
Yes.
Or the Mackins. Like I want to see the game live and watch you girls play. It'd be so fun.
Yeah, and like Amy and Blauheen are exceptional. Like Amy, how she kicks the ball at home, man, she's like 2 people on her, and Blauheen's just getting better each year. So yeah, they're super, super talented people. Yeah. as you can see.
Todd's done well to get your. But your Gaelic career has been super impressive. Like you've won All Irelands. You captained?
Yeah. I think I was 22 when I captained them.
You were 22 when you captained?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we lost.
How was that experience? Like, obviously 22 is very young to be captaining what I assume like a lot of people older than you.
Yeah, senior, yeah. And I look back now, hopefully I did a good job.
Well, now you've left him for dead. See ya. I'm going out across the country. Across the world.
But yeah, like it was quite young at the time, but I think I just played how I, do and was the same, if you know what I mean. But we lost 4 All-Irelands in a row, and then we won 4. So like that journey is something, I'm really proud of. And before we lost 4 All-Irelands, we lost 3 All-Irelands by a point. So yeah,
so close.
I think like there was like 9 years of heartbreak that we had each year before we won the 4. And a new manager came in and he described us as battered birds, because he was like, we were all like, he was introducing everyone, we were like, I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to have this heartbreak again. And then he was like, no, like we have to stick together. And then we won that year, and it was super, super special, kind of just because there was a group of us that had cried a lot together. And then to win, it was, really special.
With that, it blows my mind that it's an amateur competition. So there's obviously no financial gain, and you're dedicating your whole life to it.
Yeah.
So when you do keep losing, like, is there ever a point where you're like, nah, stuff this is too hard, it's like too mentally like draining and physically just like exhausting?
Yeah.
Like do you consider actually giving it up when you just keep losing, or it's just too fun and you love it too much?
Like I think you do, because it's just so hard, and obviously we're working full time, so it would be Monday to Friday 9 to 6, and then you're training Monday at like 7:30 till 10, Wednesday 7:30 till 10, Friday, and then your whole Saturday.
That's huge.
But like everyone over here doesn't understand it, but that's what's so special about it, because everybody in that room is 100% in for it. Like they're not just doing it to be, say, on a list or anything like that. They care. They're giving up so much time, and like the loyalty and friendships and commitment. Like all our coaches are not paid. They're giving up their own time. our stats people, like the amount of work, you know, if you look at Vinny, like we have one of them at home that's doing the same amount of work, and it just like a really special thing. And that's why I love Gaelic so much, because it's just everyone kind of giving
it is so interesting, like as you mentioned, like the amount of commitment that it takes, like, and even for us, like we understand what it's like to 100%. Be professional, but then not to have like your life kind of paid for to do it. Like, and I know like early days for us, AFLW was like somewhat similar, like you were kind of being like we were playing for peanuts, but still the time demands that you guys were under would have been immense. But and then personally, I'm just reading here 9 All-Star selections. That's heaps.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you like if you walked down the streets of Dublin, are people like, oh my God, it's Sinéad Goldrick?
No. No.
But a little bit?
No.
Like to your own a little, come on.
I think if you watch Dublin, like you would know, you'd know who all the girls are. And obviously the men's team also, like at the time, were doing quite well. So we kind of like, it was a huge love for Dublin back then, because the men's team won the All-Ireland and then we would. So it kind of gained a lot of traction. And I think we'd like 56,000 people in one of our All-Irelands in Croke Park. And so cool. Yeah, so it's funny, like once you win something, then people might start to notice. And then we got the crowd kept coming. And I think anyone who's a Dub fan and represents Dublin would probably know all of our team.
Were you captain for the All-Ireland wins?
No.
Did you get shafted?
No, I think I can't remember.
Did you go and have a big nod? You can't.
Cut drops, yeah. No, Noelle Healy, one of my close friends, I think, and Sinead Ahern, who I described her as Daisy before.
Yeah, okay.
Captained it at the time. Yeah, so it was nice.
Do you draw many comparisons, I guess, from all those like near losses and then winning? I guess that was like kind of similar to us in a way. You're involved in the grand final loss and the prelim loss and things like that. Yeah. And then I guess that sort of culminating into then a premiership win last season, like similar experience, Gaelic to footy, do you think? Or
like 100%. Like I know it's a different sport, but it's the same feeling, you know, that we've had in Melbourne. And I think I remember the first time, like after we lost the All-Ireland for like the 4th time, we were all in a room and everyone just said what they thought. And like, you know, it was hard stuff, but we were like, if we want to get better and we want to improve, we have to, we have to give feedback to each other. And that was a real, I think, turning point for us, because it was like, let's just do this. And you know what I mean? That's why I suppose even after the Adelaide loss in the game, like I was like, guys, this is a really important point for us. You know, we need to fix the cracks now, because we don't want to be at the end of the year when you hear stuff. So definitely it's something, losing and then obviously having success, you have to change something, and hopefully I can bring that to our team, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely different sport, but the same feeling as you would have, you know what I mean, when we've lost against Adelaide a few times.
Don't remind me. Todd actually texted me the other day saying, I'm just having flashbacks of you crying on grand final day, and I thought he meant like the loss to Adelaide, and I was like, Todd, like, why are you reminiscing on that? Like, that was devastating. I was just a mess, but he actually meant happy tears against Brisbane. So I thought, that's quite nice.
Yes.
But anyway, tears all round. Tears always. Your love, no, it wouldn't have been a love. Your first introduction to AFL, when was that?
4 seasons ago.
Yep.
Yeah. And like now the game has progressed, and like it's like I came over not knowing I had to kick a ball, you know what I mean? Like,
how did you even know about footy?
I know that I think it was after one of our All-Irelands, the first time we won actually. I think Todd was at the game, and then
what was he doing there?
I don't know. Trying to pick up people, and then that's when me and Niamh got the offer to kind of come over, and I was still in my club season at the time, so we'd won the All-Ireland, and then a week later my club team were trying to win Dublin and Leinster, and we won. So I kept feeling like I can't come over until my club is finished, and then I broke my hand. Do you remember? Yeah. So then I came over and I was in like a full cast there, because thankfully like Mick and Todd were like, you're able to come over once your club season finished, because I was like, I'd love to join, but I'm not going until club or Dublin's finished. And then they were like, your hand is broken. You won't be able to play club. We need you to come over. And I was like, that's very fair. So that was
I guess I'll come. You're kind of paying me, so I'll come now.
So that was, my first introduction, and I had my broken hand for the first, I think, 5 weeks or so.
How did you go about committing to Melbourne? Like, was there interest from other clubs, or what was the story there?
I think there are like a few at the time, and then obviously the Jim Steins connection, and then we just had one conversation with Mick and Todd, and straight away me and you were like, no, this is perfect, and then didn't speak to any of the clubs because we just got a really good vibe, and it was like, this is it. Let's go.
The Jim Steins, you just mentioned him and the foundation. You said the other day we were at Reach last week, and you mentioned that you did a session in Ireland.
Because there's a Reach Foundation in Ireland, and was lucky enough to sit in a few of the workshops that they have in the inner city, and it was just such a powerful feeling. We've experienced those workshops that they do with us, and it was like trying to help young people, and when they speak up about their problems is something, it's just very powerful in those rooms. So I think it's an excellent charity. It's
such a nice touch that I guess you've done it over there and then coming back and still doing them here. But so you came over with Neve, and then Neve left, and then did we have Lauren as well? Did the three of you play all at the same time, Lauren McGee?
Yeah, so Neve did 2 seasons, and then the second season Lauren came over.
Yeah. How was that, having, I guess, Dublin teammates here, then playing completely different game in different colours, different country, but kind of like familiar faces in a completely new environment?
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. Like, and obviously we were coming across kind of having the same, like, we're not really too sure how the game works, and obviously just having people from home is massive, and it was great having them to play with them, with Dublin and with AFLW.
Yeah, you mentioned that you didn't really know what was going on in early days. Early days you didn't.
I remember I like always go to Lampy. I'm like, Lampy, where do I go now? And she's like whisper, and I just like follow behind her. And sometimes now I still do, and she's like going to the wing. I'm like, Lampy, we miss you back.
Help me, help. I just remember how many like 50s you'd give away and free kicks. I was like, can you just sit down for like 3 days straight and learn the rules? Just learn them, please.
I think it was like 3 in the first time, and I was like, oh God.
Whoops.
Yeah, sorry.
What was the most difficult thing to pick up? Rules, kicking, handballing,
the
tackling.
The chaos of the game.
Yeah.
I'm chaotic in general, so it's just like fire.
You chaotic? No.
Fire and fire. Probably like the rules and just the different pace and the skill set, if you know what I mean. So probably everything involved. But I think the hardest thing was probably the ball, like just how, it doesn't bounce where you want it to bounce. You're drop kicking, and everything like that. So, yeah.
And was it difficult, I guess, only coming over for a short period of time, and especially that first year that you did you play every game pretty much the first year?
Yeah, okay, I played it, but I think
it was a short run in.
Yeah, and I had a broken hand for 5 weeks, and then games were, so yeah, and then I played the games, and then the following year I came over a week before matches. And I think it was
just strut back in. Yep, I'll play.
I think this year is like the first year I've had a full proper pre-season, because it has been with Dublin in and out, and then the other year was COVID, so yeah, it was hectic.
Yeah, that would be hectic. The team at Zurich Insurance have been protecting Australians for over 100 years, from individuals and families to businesses large and small. They're your go-to life insurance, income protection and business insurance. So check out their website or speak with your financial advisor to see how they can support you. Now, let's head back to the podcast. And then we've touched on you being a bit chaotic and, just like very competitive, I suppose. So the physicality of the game is something you relish. Was that a reason as to why you were pretty keen at giving AFL a go, or how have you adjusted to that? Not that it's really adjusting at the moment, because you've been playing for a long time now.
But no, I love the physicality of it, yeah. Like tackling, it's just something I enjoy. And I think it's just, it's the kind of similar at home. It's just using your timing right to try and get the tackle in. It's not tackling in Gaelic, but it's timing with your hands to kind of get rid of the ball. And I think you like tackling too. So
Yeah, I like it, yeah.
there's a few of us that do, which is nice.
I feel like sometimes, like on a lighter session of training or something, if I'm lining up against you and I'm just like kind of, just getting the body going again after the weekend, I'm like, oh, Goldie's going to come pull it again. And I'm just like, oh no, brace. Just brace for it.
That's like one thing actually, going back to like the difference. Like sometimes I'm like you're like going like, I'm like, is it 70%, 80%? Like what level?
Yeah. And you're like, okay, 70. All right, I'm going to go at 300%. I'm going to go smash some bodies.
So yeah, that was something I had to adapt to. So even now I'm like, 80, 90, what's the...
Yeah, give me a parameter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a window.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Did you expect to come and play every game and be a very like pivotal part in our team like so quickly? Like, because you've taken to the game so well. You are such a good player. You've got like such a great and amazing skill set that you bring not only on field but off field as well. Like, did you expect to come and be such an important part of a brand new team?
Thank you. No, I didn't at all. I think this team is, when I look back, I'm like, just the patience and love you guys had for me, for an impatient girl, I think. If you know what I mean. So obviously you just want to try and buy into the culture and what you guys are doing. So I'm just really grateful that I was able to come into this club, and as you know, we've got such a nice thing going here. So yeah, I love it.
It is so fun. And statistically, you're having your best season this year. Just killing it. Is there anything that attributes to that? Do you think like moving here like more permanently, or anything that's, I guess, suggesting that you're in such great form?
I think like going back and forth, you feel like your heart's here, but you're also thinking about home a little bit. And I think that me committing to the full year, Tracy coming over and doing a full preseason, I feel really settled. And obviously when you're enjoying something, you're hopefully bringing the best out of yourself, and, playing good footy if you're really loving it. So I think I'm just enjoying, this is the best, I think, season that I've enjoyed the most at the moment. So yeah. Yeah,
because tell us about life, I guess, outside of footy at the moment. You're working here at the club.
Yeah.
Living in Albert Park.
Yes.
By the sea, as you would call it. You get all your locals. You get a great group of friends. Like, it must be nice to, as you say, just be really settled.
Yeah, definitely. And I like it. One of my friends, Shannon from school, one of my childhood friends that like knows me so well. And then obviously there's a group of Irish people. And then all of you guys, the way the connections are growing every year, especially staying around for the off season.
Yeah. Which is a good time.
It's
quiet. Really quiet.
Yeah. So I think just, obviously spending more time with everybody. Just loving all of you guys. And then obviously I think it's important also to have a life outside of football. And like, that's one thing I love doing, like going to the sea and like seeing my friends outside of footy, just to kind of switch off. Yeah, for sure.
Would you consider yourself like permanently living in Australia, or will Ireland always be at home?
No, Ireland will always be at home. Yeah.
But in like 5 years' time, when maybe you're considering starting a family, or like doing these things, or buying a house.
Yes.
Where would this be?
That would be in Ireland. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Don't leave.
Well, you didn't even wear my Dublin jersey I brought you today.
I know. Yeah. Well, if there is like a snippet that's going to maybe go to the socials. I was actually giggling before, being like, I just feel ridiculous that I'm in my junior football Guernsey that I used to wear when I was 15, Newtown Shore, and you're in your Dublin training top.
Yeah, and yours still fits you?
Mine still fits me, fits really well. Must have been big when I wore it. But we're wearing this because it's retro round at footy training tonight.
Yes.
Have you seen what anyone else is wearing yet?
Just Eliza in pink.
What is it?
I don't know what
is it. Her whole footy team?
GC used to be a cheerleader, so she's bringing her cheerleading
No,
outfit.
she's not. Is she?
Yeah.
She got pom-poms?
Well, she was like, hopefully she'll fit into it.
Yeah.
But she said she's going to, I don't know if she'll bring it up here, but she'll wear it in the changing room. So that should be fun.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And haven't seen other people.
Brew was hoping to still fit into his playing Guernsey from when he was 20. So I look forward to seeing that fitting him as a crop top.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, just like a little bra.
Yeah.
I think that'll be good. Anyway, so you're living in Melbourne.
Yep.
And I don't know, like I mentioned before, people would probably recognise you back in Dublin down the street. do you feel sad that you don't have your face on the back of a bus here in Melbourne like you do back home?
No, I think like too old now, younger, better, faster, stronger, all the young ones, you know what I mean? So it's just how life is.
So your face is still on the back of a bus?
No.
Oh, not anymore?
Not anymore, no.
What was that for?
AIG, I was just an ambassador.
Oh.
They were our sponsors.
Here they are. Yeah.
Still are, actually.
Close to the chest.
Yes.
Close to the heart. That would be weird, but like just driving behind a bus, being like, oh, that's me. You're a big deal.
Thanks.
Also, while you mentioned Lizzie Mack, her face, it's looking larger than usual. And you had a similar incident earlier last year.
Yeah.
Sorry, to give some context, Eliza McNamara's just got her wisdom teeth out, so she looks like a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Half of her face is size of a watermelon. But you encountered something similar.
Yes. I got a bite last year. So I think, I was injured at the time. And then somehow I got a bite and my chin, remember how big?
Oh, it was huge.
I'll get a photo to show, but it like was so big out here. And then like in the St Kilda game, I remember it was so sore to talk, and I was like watching, and Sarah tried to get a needle to get like the pus out.
During the game, was it?
No, this was before the game.
Yeah.
And I think this was like 2 antibiotics. It still hadn't gone, so it was like the 4th day with my face like 5 centimeters, my chin 5 centimeters than it usually is. And then it was after the St Kilda game, and I was like crying in the car on the way home, just being like, I need to, when you have a pimple on your face, it's sore. So I literally just stood in the mirror, like had a hot shower and burst it.
Oh.
And I think it took maybe half an hour, and I was like,
half an hour to get all the pus out?
No, just for the whole, like, because it wouldn't
drain.
Sharon tried to drain it, I think, before the game. He was like, Sinead, like, I can't, we're going to have to, he was like, you're going to have to get it done on Monday, like we'll go in, but you'll get a scar, and everything like that. He was like, you can try burst it yourself. So I was like, okay.
I'm doing it. Challenge accepted.
So I was like having a hot shower to try and get it, and then I was like bursting, and then you've seen photos, it was just like goo. Oh. And I was just instantly happy after that. It was gone. But it was 4 days, and Eliza, that's why I'm looking at her now and I'm like laughing so much because she abused me for the 4 days, and we'd like talk about it every, I think, 3 months. She's just like, remember your face.
I know, she brings it up all the time.
Yes, she does.
And it's like, when you say like the really square headed like rugby boys, like you kind of look like that, but then just like longer again. Yes. And it was like a cartoon character. Yeah. I think it's like Roger Ramjet. Do you know that cartoon character with the big chin?
Yes.
Like you just looked ridiculous. But now Lizzie Mack is just going to have to cop it for weeks, if not months, about how stupid she looks currently.
She is. I feel bad because I think she's in pain. So I'll just get loads of content now over, and then in a few weeks.
We can roll it out a bit later when she's feeling a bit more, emotionally sturdy.
Yeah. We don't want.
And back to footy.
Yes.
We've got a big game coming up. The grand final rematch.
Yes.
And then heading into finals. How are you feeling? One this weekend, and then I guess the finals campaign.
Yeah, I think Brisbane are like playing really good footy at the moment, and obviously they had a loss, an unexpected loss to St Kilda, so you know that they're going to bring their A game. So I think everyone here is just excited because we'll go head to head. Like they're super fit, but we're excited. I think last week the conditions were really poor, so I think we hopefully will be able to get more of a chance to play our game style.
Absolutely. And back to Springers, how do you feel about that?
Good memories from there, obviously. And
what are your favourite memories actually from Premiership, Grand Final day, post Grand Final, last season?
I remember, I think I was beside when the whistle, like when we finally won or whatever, I was beside the bench. So like everyone came over and like just lifted up, I was just right beside them, and that was super special. And then I think just seeing Eliza Mack with her glasses on, celebrating. And then, obviously the few nights out that we had were fun. I had a nice few ones with you too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was funny when it was like a week later and you're like, hey, do you have my premiership medal? And I was like, yes, I've got it. It's in the same place, don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh my God.
It would be nice to go back to Springfield and hopefully have a similar result to what we had last year. But finals, you feeling ready and excited about what the group can achieve and what we're set out to do?
I think once it hits finals, it's knockout. And have you seen all the results? Like anything can happen if you don't bring your A game. And that's something I know our group we're really focused on, like just us performing. And I think this weekend is going to be a test, and then it will really lead us into the way for the finals. And I don't really know. The ladder is a bit confusing at the moment. So
it is confusing, yeah.
Who, depending on results at the weekend, I'll probably just think about that when I know who are playing, because obviously with all the percentage and everything, I'm just going to wait till
week at a time.
See what happens.
Good way to go about it. And this week also it's Pride Round, which is really nice opportunity to, I guess, represent a broader community and everyone in the rainbow community. So it'll be nice to wear the jumper. Obviously, I'm sure you find it a special round too. Yeah,
such a special round. And obviously within our team, like, love is love and everyone's really comfortable with who they are. And obviously for Pride Round, we just really love the game because that's how we want everyone to be. And we know that we're so lucky, especially within sports, that everyone respects everyone for who they are. And I know you probably know a bit more about the Guernsey, about like the background of it, but I can't wait to wear it.
Yeah, the Guernsey is really cool. I think we posted something on our socials earlier this week, but I love that Jessie, our footy ops manager, and Riley, our dietitian, were sort of the brains and the designers behind the Guernsey. So it's always really nice to have, I guess, that personal connection with those who have designed it. But yeah, it's really cool to see that the inside of the Guernsey is kind of really rainbow and the gradient colours of the rainbow, which is cool to see because as they kind of explain in the video that, it's a privilege almost for a lot of people to feel really comfortable with who they are and to express that on the outer, and for them and anyone in the sort of LGBTQIA plus community to show up and be exactly who they are. That's an environment we want to create at the footy club and at AFLW sort of community as a whole. So it's great that a lot of people do feel really comfortable to be themselves and wear their, I guess, rainbow colours on the exterior, but for some people that might not be the case. So I guess for everyone who's wearing their rainbows on the inside, it's nice to, I guess, have them felt loved and heard and respected for who they are. So it's such a nice round, and I think the AFLW community and our footy club does such a great job to, I guess, preach the message of inclusivity and, as you said, love is love and respect everyone for
Express
who
yourself.
they are. Express yourself. Be who you want to be. God,
you be you.
You boo. No, it is good, and it's great to be at a footy club that really respects and does a lot of great things. We've had -18 come in, and do you remember the other group that came in? Proud to Play, is it? Proud to Play as well. So it's nice that the footy club definitely invest in making everyone feel comfortable and being who they are. So
and I think even like all the clubs, like it's such an important round for every player and every club, and like I think it'll be the whole weekend of AFLW celebrating it. So it's definitely going to have a positive effect.
Have you seen the footies?
No, are they?
There's Pride footies this year.
Oh, cool. No,
so there's just like the rainbow strip at like on the belly of the ball.
Oh, brilliant.
Strips all around. It's really cool.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, it looks like a rainbow.
You might get our nails done.
Oh, you should. You and Liza usually go and get.
You get it done with us.
I bite my nails, so they're just gross. Me and Casey Sherris have this thing that when you've got gross nails and then you get them done, they almost like highlight that they're so much worse when they're actually done because you're like, oh, you don't even have nails. Yeah, so anyway, it's gross. I probably won't
I think
come.
your nails are beautiful.
Well, thanks for joining us on the pod. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm sure listeners love hearing about, life back home and then settling here to where I call home and where you should call home for a longer period of time. I know you do currently, but it should be forever. Proper home. But no, thank you and good luck this weekend and for the finals. You're in great form, as we said, and look forward to seeing more of it.
Thank you, love. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Golds.